Whew, it's cold out. But that don't matter because today is a good day. Bro, it's new car day. I've been holding out for the longest time. I've been disciplined. I've been a good boy, not buying any fucking cars. Today, that's changing. Comment down below if you think you know what I got. None of the cars are leaving the stable. They're all staying here with us. Don't worry. Well, that's a little bit of a lie. The M3 is going to go into storage because I don't have enough room. But I'm not getting rid of the wagon. Might get rid of the Tiguan. We might go buy a different car for the wifey tomorrow. Yes, sir. I4. What do you guys think? Finally decided it was time to hit the electric car market, dude. What do y'all think about it? You happy? Excited? The build is going to be crazy with the i4, dude. Wait till you hear the startup. First startup in the i4, dude. Let's hear it. I think it's on. What do you guys think? Sounds crazy, right? i4, bro. Look at it, guys. You like the color? Crazy color. Yeah, right. Electric? Come on, bro. Here she is. Welcoming home my extremely dusty G87 M2. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Yes, sir. M2 boys. Looks good, man. That joint is dusty. Holy shit. It's like a barn find. Gonna get her nice and cleaned up. Ooh, those buckets I see.
Congratulations, sir. Nice car.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You bought fifth car?
What's that?
You bought fifth car?
Fifth car, yeah.
Four car.
Yeah, I have too many cars. Yeah, it's definitely too many cars. That's a problem. Oh, I got hit with the Pirelli tires. That's junk. Taking those off immediately. Oh yeah, buddy. The buckets were a big selling point. I'm gonna wash this thing tomorrow. What do you think, babe? You like it?
I love it, babe.
You don't have to stay out here, babe. It's cold. Looks freaking great. All right, I'm gonna take delivery of this thing, and then we will report back. Shit, boys, done got ourselves a little G87 M2. Anyone who actually thought I was getting an i4, you need to unsub immediately. And no way I'm getting an electric vehicle, man, no way. So I think most people probably saw this coming. I've been ranting and raving about getting a G87 for quite a while now. And so with the G87, you guys, you've seen past videos. I've been on and off track quite a few times with the G87 M2. I've actually driven more manual G87s than I have automatic. I've only tracked a G87 M2 in automatic at Spartanburg when I was with BMW and Continental in October. But I had a pretty good idea that I would like the automatic transmission more than the manual in this chassis. And we can explain that further, but in my opinion, the way to go with this car is the automatic transmission. I just think it suits this car better. And for me, honestly, I think G80, G82, and G87 are all better with the Z4 transmission. That's just my opinion. It's a fantastic transmission, especially if you're on the rivet tracking the car, and just daily driving the car, it's so good, man. It's such a compliant and badass transmission, dude. The shifting is so fast. It's so smooth. Like, you really can't beat it. Obviously, I have a few other manual cars, so I didn't want another one. I have the E39 wagon at home. That's not going anywhere. I have the E92 M3 at home in manual. That's not going anywhere. And then, of course, the 1 Series in manual. That's not going anywhere. Well, when I say not going anywhere, like, I'm not getting rid of it. The M3 is actually going to go to storage because, well, your boy has a problem. I have too many cars and not enough real estate at this point, so that's gonna be the next venture, is to find more land, bigger house, and moving out to the country a little bit, getting the fuck out of the city, man. I'm tired of living too close to the city. But yeah, you guys, I'm really excited to announce that I've picked up the G87 M2. I just wanna shout out Warwick BMW in Rhode Island. I worked with Matt. I'm gonna leave his information up on the video here. Fantastic experience, man. I've bought a lot of cars in my day from different dealerships. This by far was the best and easiest transaction that I've had working with any dealership. So if you are in the upper East Coast and you're looking for a car, highly recommend checking out Warwick BMW of Rhode Island. They took such good care of me. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know anything like that. I just told them that I was really interested in this car, and this car kind of has a funny story. You know, apparently the G87 M2 in automatic, either in white and black were the colors that I wanted, with the carbon buckets, very, very difficult spec to find. I've been looking for 3 months for this car. I had 2 of them sell out from under me, and they did not even have the bucket seats. We'll go over what I paid for the car and everything in a minute here. I also have the window sticker, but this one actually became available on Christmas Eve. I was just lucky. I was on the BMW main site searching all of the used inventory, and lo and behold, this one popped up. There were no pictures of the car, nothing, but I saw that it had buckets and that it was automatic. And I immediately called the dealership right when they opened. I'm like, yo, you have a car there, it's a black M2, it has carbon buckets, can you confirm that? Matt was the dude who took care of me, and the moment that he confirmed that, I said, I'm sending you money right now, I need this M2. And so it's been a really, really easy process working with them, but this is the exact spec I wanted. I held out for the spec that I wanted. I almost pulled the trigger on 2 different M2s that did not have bucket seats, and I am so glad that I waited and found the right car, because I really wanted this to be a write-off for Q4, and I was cutting it close. We're already in January, but I purchased the car in December, technically. So I got it for a Q4 write-off in 2024. But yeah, you know, when it came down to the decision to go with the M2, I just wanted to try G chassis. You guys know that I've been talking about getting a G80 or a G82 or a G87 for quite a while now. For me personally, I think the G87 just sort of fits me the best. It's a little bit smaller. It ain't any lighter, obviously, we all know that, but it's a little bit smaller, and I tend to go for some of these like smaller cars. And I was really in the position that I wanted a newer car. I wanted more tech. You know, I'm living with all these cars that are 2008, 2009, and 1998 right now. I wanted something that was a little bit more up to speed and a little bit more comforting to drive every day. I am, in fact, going to be daily driving this car, which is, you know, the wagon is just going to be chilling in the driveway for now. I don't know what I'm going to do with that thing. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. If anything, I would like to keep it and like slowly build it up and maybe give it to my son one day or something like that. But this has definitely been a car that I've been eyeing up for quite a while now. Obviously, we all know, elephant in the room, super controversial car when it came out. Even your boy was knocking on it, hated on it plenty of times, and I'll eat that. I was wrong, man. I was wrong, you know. But really, what converted me with this car was driving it. Driving it on track. This thing is a monster, dude, and I've never quite had a better experience in a car off the rip, completely stock on a track than I have had with this car, and it just blew me away, man. Looks are obviously subjective. I think they look really good with a few tasteful mods. I don't think you need to do much. I think you just lower them, some spacers, a little bit of carbon fiber, nothing too crazy. You guys obviously know that I'm going to cook on this car, and I'm gonna put my sauce on it, and it's gonna be, I promise you. Wait till you guys see what we do with this car. It's gonna be pretty sick. So let's do a little walk around, take a look at the car, and then I'll show you guys the window sticker and we can talk price. All right, gang, here she is. It's pretty cold out, so bear with me. It's like 30 degrees today, but gosh dang, looks really good in the black sapphire, man. It was either this or the white for me, but you know, I'm glad that I went with the black. I think this car pulls off black really well. Obviously got the shadow line and the lighting package and everything. This car is pretty fully loaded, man. It's got remote start, it's got heads up display, it's got the M drivers package, it's got like everything, dude. I did get robbed on the tire lottery. These have the Pirellis, not like that matters. I'm gonna change these out immediately. I think I might actually go with like a squared setup, but I got the Pirelli, so I didn't get the Michelin's, not a big deal. The only thing that I sort of took an L on is I got the blue brakes, and I really wanted the red brakes, but I don't know, maybe we'll do something clever there and go with a BBK or some kind of crazy shit like that. Obviously, carbon package, got the carbon roof, love it. Dude, the hips on this thing are crazy. When you are driving this car and you're looking in the rearview mirror, the hips are freaking bananas, bro. This car is wide. It is wide. So open her up, take a look on the inside. One thing I just off the rip, I'm gonna just knock this car right away. Hate the steering wheel. Steering wheel is gonna have to change. Either I'm gonna do the 2025 LCI steering wheel, the nicer one, the Alcantara that's got the flat bottom, or I'll just have Ozza Auto Wheel build one, or we'll do a JQ setup. I don't know, JQ might be a little too gnarly for this. Carbon buckets, dude. This is the reason that I bought this car, that I went so bananas and just had to have it immediately. I love the carbon buckets, you guys. Like, some people are like, oh, I don't want the carbon buckets. They're just, they're not comfortable enough. I don't know. I disagree, respectfully. Carbon backs, look at how sick this car is. You guys got to remember, dude, I'm coming from these older cars. Like, getting into something like this after you've been driving an older car for a while. The last new-ish car I had was my Supra, and that was a 2020 Supra launch edition. This, dude, it feels like I'm getting into like a spaceship, bro, like with the big screen. I love the iDrive, by the way. People hate on this iDrive. I can love it. I think it looks so good. Carbon trim on the interior, which is whatever, you know, I could have gone with the Pinot Black or the carbon. These light up at night. One thing I will say, man, at night, like, the interior is sick in this car. It is so nice with all the ambient lighting and everything. So yeah, buddy. That's what we got. This is the black on black. Wheels, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Wheels and tires probably won't stay on this car. I'll probably do something different, obviously. There you go. Got the old school thick plate, expired registration and all that fun stuff. And yeah, man, my plates are in the mail. She is looking freaking meaty, boys. This car is thick, dude. You guys got to see them in person. I'm sure all of you have already seen the G87 in person, but they're thick. It's such a clean example too. Love the black sapphire metallic, by the way. I now have a Jerez black at home. I have a jet black at home, and the black sapphire metallic. I can't remember what the wagon is. Schwartz black or something like that. Crucify me if I'm wrong. From the passenger side. Oh, just, man, I'm just so excited, dude. Like, I really, you guys have to understand, like, I've been so disciplined to not just go out and splurge on a car. And so when you wait for something and you really just earn it the way that I did, man, it's just that much sweeter, you know? Like, this game of YouTube where people are just constantly getting new things, it kind of loses that, like, special feeling of getting a new car. Getting a new car is just like an everyday deal then at that point, and it's no longer special. This, totally different, dude. I just felt like a little kid last night when I was getting this thing delivered. And believe me, guys, your boy worked extremely hard to get this car. So this is the other reason that your boy decided to pick up the G87 S58, boys. What a monster of an engine. Absolutely love the S58s for obvious reasons, but yeah, dude. So freaking good. Still obviously getting used to everything. All right, so here is our window sticker. You'll see that we have the suggested retail price was $62,200. Black sapphire metallic was an extra $650. Shadowline package was $300. Carbon package $9,900. Lighting package, yada 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 yada. All that good stuff. Scroll down, and so total suggested retail price was $77,245. So I actually got this car for $62,000, and that's what I paid for it right now, and it has 8,000 miles on it. The other two that got sold out from under me were 66,000, so they were a little bit more expensive, and they did not have buckets. So I think your boy got the right one. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Really excited to have a G87 on the channel, you guys. Super stoked for this. We're gonna go for a drive now, and let's hop on to GoPro mode. I will say off the rip, dude, I am loving, absolutely loving the buckets. Man, I know that a lot of people, like, the buckets can be a bit controversial. Like, should you get them? Should you not? Even Lauren, when we picked up the car and went for the first ride, she sat and she was like, oh, these are comfortable. She thought they were going to be, like, way too much. They're great, man. They're not bad at all. They're actually really, really nice. Gonna be doing a lot of work to it. Oh. Dude, S58 is crazy. It's so great. That's like half throttle. This thing they're just nuts, dude. These cars are just nuts. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about the big screen. I love it. I actually really, really like the big fucking screen. I know that it's not a lot of people like that either, but my opinion, it's freaking dope. It's freaking dope. And that's coming from someone with 2 single hump manual 2008, 2009 cars. But yeah, just having that power, like, whenever you need it, woo, it's freaking crazy, man. One thing about this car that I realized right away, it is twitchy. This is a twitchy car. I really think that this car would be amazing with a squared setup. I think it would be, like, super good with a square setup. That might be the route that I have to go. Very on the fence about wheel selection. I've gotten more and more picky as the years have gone on, and I'm just trying to not do what everyone's doing, but we'll see what we end up doing. Wheel and tire setup is gonna be it's gonna be a big one with this car. God, dude, it's so quick. Just stock, it's just so quick. I love it. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, I cannot believe you got an M2, a G87 in an automatic transmission. Trust me, I have driven both of them. This is coming from someone who has a garage full of manual cars. The automatic transmission is the way to go in these bigger, heavier cars. It is just so good. It's paired so well with this car. The manual feels weird in my opinion. Like, I think that you can there's a lot of things you can do to make them feel better, but I think out of the gate, off the rip, automatic is just the way to go. It's just so much more compliant with this car. If you guys remember, the first video that I really made with a G87 was Diverge M2. Shout out to Diverge, huge. Chris, man, is a huge inspiration for this car in general, obviously being that it's like black sapphire. I mean, we're like twins in terms of car and spec and everything, but I drove that car and the manual felt really good. Like, I was like, damn, I might have to get the manual. But then when I went to Spartanburg, bro, in October and tracked this car in automatic, I was sold. I'm like, yep, automatic is the way to go. Like, in my opinion, this car, automatic, on and off the track, is just, it just feels perfect. It just feels like the perfect combination. It feels more at home. The manual just feels a little out of place with these heavier, bigger cars. Not that there's anything wrong with that setup, obviously. It's just a matter of preference and taste. But the transmission in sport mode, it literally feels like it has XHP already on it. It bites so hard, and it's so aggressive. These Pirellis suck. I'm just gonna say that right now. Man, what a cool car. I'm so excited that I bought this thing, you guys. It's like, just wanted a newer car for so long, and I waited. I waited. So the thing that's gonna happen first off is this car is gonna get some PPF, because she's naked right now. Definitely needs some PPF. Definitely, like, you know, I'm riding around bare right now, boys. And so I think what I'm gonna do, bear with me, I think I'm gonna go for the full satin PPF on the entire car. What do you think? Satin black? I think it'd be kind of cool. I mean, I have a lot of satin cars right now. The 1 Series and the M3 are both satin, but I think that this thing would look nasty in satin black. Ideally, I would like to get this thing, I would like to do a track day in this car and then start picking out modifications, ideally. but track days don't open for a couple of months now, and so I don't know. I'm definitely gonna get some different tires on the stock wheels. Don't like these tires, not my thing. I have been talking with Continental about doing a little partnership deal with them, so maybe we'll do something like that, but we'll see. I'd like to do some chunky fuckers on here. It's crazy when you look in your mirror, man, like the hips are so big. They're so big, so freaking wide, man. It's so like angular and almost like E30-esque. It's a cool car, you guys. Like, these cars are cool, and yeah, it definitely took me a little bit of time to come around, man. I was at first, I was like, fuck that. I am not getting the Lego car. You could not catch me dead in that car. I don't think that the Zandvoort blue did this car any favors. Still hate that color. Sorry if you have it, but I despise that color. I think it's disgusting. There's a white, some lady driving it, white G80. So in a world where I feel like everybody and their mother has a G80 or a G82, I had to go for the G87. And I'm also getting so much car for the money. Like, you would have to get a G82 or a G80 with pretty high mileage and pretty lame spec for like 60s, you know? So the fact that I can get into this car and I paid 62 for it, dude, I'm getting so much car for the money, in my opinion. And I just like the smaller, like, looking car, you know. Obviously, like, weight and size, these things are not small by any means. Bro, it's a joke. Like, put this up next to like my E92 or my 1 Series. It really shows you how massive this car is. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. But yeah. So I got American Panda whipping up some badges and reflector delete for me real quick, so I can do that, and then I'll pop it over to PPF land and Tint land, and then get it back and just drive it for a while, enjoy it, like really, you know, just kind of get used to the car. And I'm gonna take my time with this one, you guys. I've hauled ass through a lot of builds and cars in the past, and I'm just gonna enjoy this one, man. I'm tired of like keeping up with Joneses when it comes to modifying cars and thinking you need to do everything right away. It's just not realistic, and it's stupid. It's like, honestly, one of the things that I do not like about YouTube anymore is just like we gotta build a car. Like the new trend is like to build a car in 24 hours. Give me a break, dude. I have really strayed away from that. You know, like, I've been building the 1 Series for 2 years, man. I'm still building that car. I still have so much shit to do to it. But I truly believe, you guys, in taking time with these builds and enjoying them and not rushing it anymore. I don't think there's any personal involvement, attachment, or enjoyment in rushing a build like that. So I ain't doing that shit no mo. We ain't doing like, you know, 50 mods in a week. It's not happening. I'm enjoying this shit. So it'll probably be, you know, pretty stock for a while, and I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. But what I am excited to do is make a lot of new content on the ownership experience of this car, because I have watched a lot of videos before buying this car, and I feel like people kind of just echo chamber the same things over and over again. I can give a much better perspective, a much more realistic, you know, review of what it's like to own this car. And like, there's a lot of good content out there of people that own these cars, but they're all just kind of saying the same thing. And I think that I've also owned a lot more BMWs than people have, than the other people who are reviewing these cars. So, God, dude, it's so freaking good, and it's so snappy. This thing is so snappy, man. Like, it's a heavy car, but when you're really driving it, it's hard to notice that it's heavy, because it makes really good power and torque. But yeah, I think in the corners, I think braking is going to be probably the biggest challenge with this car. Some of the cornering and some of the brake, M2 broken gray. I think that some of the cornering and some of the braking is really where this car is going to not struggle, but it's going to be the biggest challenge for this car because of its weight. And I think that that's where you can really feel a lot of it. I remember feeling that on the track. Still drove incredibly good and like blew me away. I just didn't expect it, you know? I didn't expect to love this car as much as I would. And for me, it was really the driving that did it. And dude, these buckets are just so fucking cool, bro. Like, the buckets are just so sick. I'm so glad that I waited and got the buckets. Like, I just think they're, I don't know, in my opinion, they're worth it. They're worth it, you know, because if you try to get like some buckets, like just some secondhand ones, bro, they're like 15 grand used. It's ridiculous. So 9,900 for the carbon package and get the buckets included, fuck it. Yeah, that's the way to go. Found a lot of manual ones with buckets, did not find a lot of automatic ones. And there's just so many Zandvoort blue and Brooklyn gray G87s. It's ridiculous. Like, they're all Brooklyn gray and Zandvoort. I can't wait to see the production numbers on that. I did see production numbers. Dude, there's more manuals on the G87s than there are automatics. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's more manuals than there are automatics, which is crazy. So a lot of people, like, off the rip were like, oh, it's an M2, like F87 in their head. Like, you gotta get the manual, because F87's fantastic in manual. Like, the one I had in manual was sick and it felt perfect in that car, but I just think it's different with the G87. I think that the auto just fits this car better, man. Man, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I know it's obviously a little bit different when you're just watching someone else buy a car, but I worked really hard for this car, you guys. Like, rest assured, I worked my ass off for this car, and I had to make a lot of sacrifices, and just got down to it, man. Like, I just got to work, stopped going out, stopped hanging out with people, stopped going to car shows, and literally just busted my ass to buy this car. And yeah, dude, I'm just really proud. I'm really proud of it, to be honest with you. Really proud of this this chapter. So it's cool, man, and it's fun, dude. I have such a sick garage, you guys. Like, the lineup is crazy. The 1M Cologne, the 135 big single turbo N54, the E92 M3 with the fucking NA V8 S65, my little 528 manual wagon, and then a G87 M2. Are you kidding me? That is such a sick stack. Such a sick stack. That's culture. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell I'm picking cars, like, I'm picking cars with reasoning behind them. I don't know. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you disagree. Dude, it's so good. Got a little sideways. It's so good, you guys. Oh my God, it's so fun. So yeah, you guys, this is the G87 M2, and today's a good day. Okay, chill. All right, so there you guys go. Welcoming home the new G87 M2. This is gonna be the next little project fun car on the channel. I am really looking forward to it, man. I've wanted this car for a while now. Super happy with the way that everything worked out. Big shout out to Matt over at Warwick of BMW in Rhode Island. Like I said, if you guys are looking for a car in the Upper East Coast, check them out. I'll have all of their information in the description. But as always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tagging along. I will see you in the next video. Peace.